you know, we really feel like this year we have a lot of the components that it takes to put some things together this year and have a special season. And you know, part of those components are 2 seniors, Megan and Chucky. You know, I tell them all the time, I think they have probably as much experience as any senior in the country. They've played for all 3 years so far, started a lot of games, and have been through a lot of different scenarios, have you know, been in a lot of different games, have now been in postseason play. So we really feel good with those 2 as our seniors, and probably for the first time since our staff has been here, have a group of juniors and seniors who have been in a lot of different scenarios and a lot of different games, some big games, have won the big games, and so I think that for that reason it's very, very exciting. You know, we have a talented junior class who's coming back, that all 3 of them have played a lot. And in our sophomore class, you know, the best thing about freshmen, we say, is they become sophomores. And so our sophomore class has really grown up in 1 year and has shown us some good things in their sophomore season so far. And then you bring our 4 newbies. And I think from Kalisha to Jamie to Arielle, you know, and to Lauren, our Colorado, first Colorado signee, they bring a lot of versatility. All of them can play multiple positions. They're really going to help us offensively and also defensively. So with the balance that we have with our upperclassmen and underclassmen, we feel like we can do some good things this season.
Did Arielle have to knock off some rust in this year?
Arielle is still knocking off rust. You know, I think we see some just amazing things from her every single day. But last week was a little rough just in terms of getting back into 5-on-5 play, where you have tough defense that you're going against offensively. She's probably further ahead defensively than she is offensively right now. But she does things that nobody else on our team can do. She's very long, she's very athletic. She provides a lot of length at the 4 position for us. And I think by the middle to the end of the year, she could potentially play a 3 for us. Right now, her best position is the 4. She'll play some 5, so she is very versatile. The thing that Arielle is going to help us the most too is help us guard on the interior and rebound.
How much are you expecting Kalisha to sub for Chucky Point?
Yeah, you know, after about a week and a half of practice, you know, we've seen some good things from a lot of people at the point guard position. Brittany Wilson has come around too and has started to do a better job from the point with Chucky, and you know, we think by the middle of the season, Kalisha will be able to give us some good minutes from the point guard position. Until then, she's still learning the offense. You know, I think freshmen who come in as the point have by far the toughest job of any of the freshmen and any of the players on the roster, because they're trying to learn so much. They're trying to run the team. They're trying to understand the defense. They're trying to learn how to communicate. You know, and so they have so much on their plate. So Kalisha she's going to be one of those players who just keeps getting better as practice goes along, as she gets more experience.
When you've got so many of your core back from last year, so how much do you really expect the newcomers to get some playing time?
You know, the good thing about our freshmen is that they don't have to play right away, and that's the first time we've been able to say that since our staff has been here. And what that allows them to do and us to do is to get them ready and not just throw them into the fire right away when they're not ready. I do think our freshmen will all play, and maybe 2 or 3 of them significantly. So I think they have the opportunity to do that. We've seen some bright moments in practice so far with our freshmen, and so they have the potential to come in and do that. But we do have a good core, and in our first game, we don't have to have 3 freshmen play 25 minutes. And I think whenever you can say that about your team, you start to have a team that can you know, that can make runs late in the season.
And just with that, I mean, you guys are obviously deeper than you've been. How much of a difference will that make as you go through especially the Pac-12 schedule as you get deeper into the season?
Right. I feel like we're much deeper, and I think you're exactly right. We've hit a lull the last 2 years in January, beginning of February. We've had good starts and good finishes, and so I think that the depth is really going to help us be able to sustain the level that we want to play throughout the year. We have 12 players that can play, and there's not a whole lot of people I think that can say that. Now, obviously, we have 6 or 7 that are further ahead at this point than the rest. But I feel that midway through the season, I'm not sure who if we had a game tomorrow, I'm not sure who we'd start. I'm not sure who the first one off the bench would be, and that's good and that's bad. And so the good part about that is we do have a lot of depth in every position. We now have more post players, 4s and 5s. We now have some backup at the point guard position. I think our wings have always been the position where we've had some depth, but now we have it kind of right down the middle in our point and our center.